Hi everyone, this is Pratishtha, your IELTS trainer. And in the previous section, we learned about how we can improve on our listening skills. But in this section, we are going to target another aspect of IELTS, which is your reading. So, with that being said, let us get started and let's see how we can improve our reading comprehension and answer MCQ type questions effectively. So, so in today's lesson, we are going to understand the comprehension questions, develop skills on how to answer these questions effectively, and practice with some simple text as well. So, what are comprehension questions? Questions are basically assigned in IELTS in such a way that will test your understanding of the text, right? So, whatever text you have either read or you have heard, you will have some MCQ questions, and the questions are only going to be based on those texts. So, it will assess your ability to extract key information. Key information means main information. Infer meanings how you are able to identify what this particular thing mean and understand the context. So yesterday we also spoke about context a little bit. Context can change according to different situations. For example, I say one single line in a different context would mean something else in a different context or in a different situation. So we have common types of questions. Three common types of questions are there. Literal questions. Literal means literally, right? Facts. So which are direct stated facts in the text. We have inferential questions. Inferential question means you have to guess or infer about it. Infer basically means sort of try to guess, right? Try to guess what can happen. And evaluative questions. Evaluative means evaluation, based on your evaluations, based on your judgments of the text. Then there are some basic strategies that you can use. You need to read carefully, right? Pay extreme attention to what the text is stating. You need to look for keywords. There are different keywords that are used in the text, and you have to identify them and use them properly. You need to understand the question type. You need to understand what is the question asking. Is it asking for a general fact? Do I have to guess the answer? Or do I have to evaluate based on my judgment? And then you need to answer in your own word. If it is a writing type question, you need to answer paraphrase. Paraphrase means that, you need to not use the language in the text. You have to frame your own sentences, right? And these strategies are going to help you with writing better answers. So you need to practice with short text. Read the following short text carefully. Tom enjoys reading books. He reads every day after school. His favorite books are about space and science. So we know from this small thing that it is about Tom and his love for reading books, right? So he reads book. He reads it every day after school. When does he do it? Every day after school. Then his favorite books are space and science. And this is how we can extract information. What does Tom enjoy doing? He enjoys reading books. When does Tom read? So when? Every day after school. What are his favorite books about? His favorite books are about space and science. Then we have a second kind, inferential questions. Here we have to we have to guess the information. Jane saw dark clouds in the sky. She quickly grabbed her umbrella and rushed out of the house, right? So she saw dark clouds. This is our keyword. She quickly grabbed her umbrella and rushed out of the house. Why did Jane grab umbrella? Now, direct answers are not stated, right? It's not like this previous, I would say general question in which facts are stated. Answers are there as it is. Here it is infer. What can you infer? What can you guess from these words dark cloud and umbrella? You can guess that it's probably going to rain. So why did Jane grab her umbrella? Because She wanted to probably go out as it was about to rain, right? So she did not want to get drenched in the rain, right? Now, here is a new word, drenched, for you. Drenched means to get wet in the rain, to get wet in the rain, right? What can you infer about the weather? So, what can you guess about the weather? We can guess that it is probably going to rain. Then you have a few tips for reading, and this is mainly reading longer texts. So you need to start with simple text. Even if it is long, you need to start with simpler text. So simpler text such as children's book, stories, graded reading, right? And because why you need to do it? Because it will use simple vocabulary and sentence structure. So not complicated sentence structure, and that will help you build your confidence. Then you need to focus on understanding the main idea. A lot of questions in IELTS are based on the main idea of the text. Try to grasp the main idea, or in general, what is the overall message that the text is showing. You don't have to give a summary, just one line. You need to understand what is the message, what is the basic crux of this text. This will help you get the gist of what you're reading, even if you don't understand every word. So it's not important to understand each and every word. It's just important to understand what it can mean, right? So you have to try to do it like that, because you cannot learn thousands of vocabulary words in one go. You cannot do it, right? Then you have to use context clues. What are context clues? So in a sentence, if there is a word that you don't understand, you have to try to understand it in the context, in the situation that is happening. What can it possibly mean? So look at the words in sentence around a difficult word to guess its meaning. So try to look at a sentence before, try to look at a sentence after, try to look at the words around that difficult word. Context clues can be hints in the text that help you figure out the meaning of unfamiliar words without needing to stop and look them up constantly, right? So for example, if you don't understand this word constantly, right? For example, I don't know the meaning of this word. So how can I figure it out? So what I can do is I can just read a little bit backwards. I can say that help you figure out the meaning of unfamiliar word without needing to stop. So means I don't have to stop and look them up constantly. Probably here it means to say like every time, right? If I imagine the situation, if I have a lot of unfamiliar words, what will I do? I will go back to the dictionary and look, maybe Google the meaning and then come back. So what is this action? This is like a constant action. I'm going back, coming back, going back, coming back. That's constant, right? So this is how you could figure out the meaning. Highlight or note key points. Key point means important points. So you have to talk about important information. For example, I think here we were reading, I was just writing, these things down. When, about what is his favorite. So these are the key points in the text. Not every line will have key point, but where there will be factual, proper information, that points you have to note down. And practice regularly. Again, every day you need to read some sort of small text, some sort of things, and try to practice. The more you practice, the better you become. Then you have, usually in IELTS, you will have MCQ type questions. So you have to figure how to sort of try to figure out the answers. What are the some strategies you can use for your MCQ? So you need to read the question carefully. First, what you will do is you will read the question. What is it asking? So even before you have looked at all the four choices, you will just read the question properly, try to understand, right? After you have read it, you will go back to the text and you will try to find those key information, those keywords. For example, what kind of books he likes. So you would go back to the text and see where is the information about his liking of the books is there. And then you will go there. Then what you can do is, for example, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 options, some options given. You can try to eliminate clear wrong answers. So for example, here it is written ice cream. And in third part, it's written jungle. And then second and four are probably like fiction books, non-fiction books. So you know that first and third are clearly the wrong answers. Just remove it from your site. Now it would be easier to make, a selection that is correct, right? So look for keywords in the answer choices, just like you were looking for keywords in questions in text. Also try to look for keywords in answers. Be wary of absolutes. So in IELTS exam, absolutes means when something is 100% certain, right? So answer choices that use absolutes like always, never, never means never at all or none are often incorrect because they leave no room for exceptions. So it means that whenever you have 100% affirmative answers, which uses keywords like always, never, all, none, I mean, these kind of affirmative answers, they will would probably be incorrect, right? When I say probably, I'm not saying 100%. Again, 90 or 85 to 90% of the time, they are incorrect. But yes, 10% of the times, they can be correct too, right? So this is like a small trick, but I mean, you will still have to use your vigilance for it. Don't rush, review your answers. So if you have some extra time, always and always review your answers and especially mark the answers that you feel you're not 100% sure of. I mean, that would really help. So now using the same strategy, we will read a little bit bigger passage and it is the amazing world of dolphins. So I'm guessing from the title that it is going to be about dolphins. Dolphins are fascinating marine animals known for their intelligence and playful behavior. So I will just highlight this. They live in oceans around the world, often in groups called pods. So their groups are called pods. Again, this is like an important information. Dolphins can communicate with each other using a variety of sounds, including clicks, whistle, and squeaks. So they can communicate using sounds. They are also known to work together to hunt for food, often using clever tactics to catch fish. Okay. One of the most remarkable features of dolphin, now it is an important information here, is their ability to echolocate. So you will just circle this term. Echolocation allows dolphins to find objects and prey by producing sounds and listening for echoes that bounce back. So if you don't know the meaning of echolocate, it is explained in the next line. They produce sounds like they produce some kind of echoing sounds and they will come back to them. This skill is particularly useful in dark or murky waters where visibility is low. Now, for example, you don't understand the meaning of murky, right? It What you need to do is you need to infer from, you need to guess the meaning. I will not go back to Google and ask each and every word that I don't understand. Murky here can probably mean when the visibility is low. So what are the situations where, water can have low visibility? When in dark or when the water is dirty. So I am guessing that murky water means dirty water or muddy water, right? So dolphins are not just skilled hunters, they are also social animals. They enjoy playing with each other and sometimes with humans too. Their friendly nature has made them popular in marine park and aquariums where people can watch them perform tricks and interact with their trainers, right? So this was all of it. Basically, we are talking about their intelligence, how they can communicate using different sounds, about echolocation, and about how social they are, right? So I can probably write here, right? So I can talk about their nature. Probably this paragraph is talking about their nature and how they communicate. This is the only information. This is the main idea of this first paragraph. Second idea is I will just write echo. So this paragraph, they're talking about echoing. In the third paragraph, they are talking about their social skills. So I'll just write social. And that's all you need. Always just circle or underline some important words and always write this kind of small, I mean, 4 or 5 words about the paragraph. This will really help you understand where to find your answers. So, what is a group of dolphins called? That is it. I have not read the options, but I remember that it was here in the first paragraph, groups called pods. So I can go back and click on this answer. How do dolphins find object and prey in dark or murky water? I remember it was here in the second paragraph, and it was through echolocation. So by echolocation, I don't even have to read all the options and I will save time. Why are dolphins popular in marine park and aquarium? So if you remember this, why are they popular? Their friendly nature has made them popular in marine parks and aquariums. And here, so yeah, because they are friendly and playful. And that's it. That's what you need. How you can improve your comprehension skills? You need to practice regularly, read a lot of text, answer questions, even if it's not MCQ, just keep on answering, right? Just always think, why is this thing happening? The more curious you will be, the better you will be at solving, questions. Expand your vocabulary. While understanding through context is fine, but I would really suggest you also improving your vocabulary, because sometimes it happens that no proper context is given. So in that case, you can probably falter. Summarize texts. So again, after every paragraph, just write one line probably or a few words about that paragraph. It will help you remember where the information was. Because in IELTS, you will get like a lot of paragraphs. Just to show you, I gave you only 3 paragraphs, but in IELTS, you will have like about 13 to 15 paragraphs, right? So it is really difficult to remember where what information was. Ask questions. Develop a habit of asking questions while reading, like I told you. Again, you need to focus on your pronunciations, right? So I would really suggest listening to a lot of things, even while you're reading. Try to, I would say, record yourself, right? Try to see how you can be better at it. Try to learn from other examples. Pay attention to how words are connected in sentences, right? So what kind of word is used after another word, things like that. That would really help you improve. You can also engage in activities that combine reading, listening, and speaking, right? Because that is your priority. So probably there's one text, it would have reading exercise also, listening also, and obviously try to practice speaking as well. Make conversations with people. Practice responding to question about what you read or hear, or improve comprehension. So if you respond to the text, probably try speaking it up, right? If you're writing, that's good, but try to speak it up as well. And that is pretty much it for today, I would say. What you can do is you can understand, you can try to go back to this lecture or try to find some comprehension questions, try to read something and try to summarize, whatever is there in the first paragraph, try to summarize that, second, third, fourth, fifth, just like that. So that it will help you, first of all, figure out where the information is. Second of all, it will give you the main idea of the text, right? And it will not make you feel lost, and it will save time. Because in IELTS, there is a huge thing about saving time, right? So yeah, that is pretty much it. Rest, you need to practice as much as you can and you will be good to go. So, I mean, that was all about the reading comprehension. The more you practice, the better you'll be. What you can do is just go ahead, summarize everything. You don't even have to solve the questions right now, but it would be really great if you can just summarize. That should be your first step in summarizing, improving your vocabulary, and hence be better at your reading and understanding skills. Understanding a reading comprehension is super important here. So I hope you do your homework, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video.